Are you looking for some design inspiration for your living room? Are you bored of the same old designs, the same old colors? What if I tell you that you can design your living room with just the right amount of colors, making sure you have a balanced color combination for your full space where it doesn't look too much and at the same time looks absolutely fabulous? I'm going to be giving you a quick tour of one of the living rooms that we've designed and take some tips and try to use something that makes your space look amazing too. Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. I'm Tanvi Sixeria, the founder and CEO of Little Miss Designer. If you're here to find out about the tips, tricks and hacks and anything to do with interior design, then you're at the right place. Some of the points that I'm going to be covering. 1. The space layout. 2. The materials and the color combination. 3. The lighting and the false ceiling. And 4. The styling. 1. The space layout. As soon as you enter the house, we've created a small foyer. The reason for this foyer was to actually add a bit of privacy between the living room and as soon as somebody enters. So on the right, we've given you a nice formal seating in which we have a beautiful sofa as well as ottomans and some side tables and center tables. The balcony area which we've included into the living room itself as the client wanted to make the living room a little bigger. The small column that was coming in the way, we didn't want that to be an hindrance. So we actually included that as part of our design and created a nice corner bar at the end. Right in front of the sofa, we've created a nice TV panel. So if you see, the layout is quite clean and simple, ensuring that you have a good 3 feet passage between everything minimum so that one can walk to and fro without any problems. So when you are also planning your living room, try to ensure that you have at least a 3 feet passage minimum between all your furniture pieces. 2. Materials and color combination. So we've used shades of beige, tan, off-white, grey and just one small tinge of color blue to pop in a few places with a very smaller portion of yellow. The flooring was also a simple white marble. Now this marble was really rich looking, and this being a marble, it was really nice because as soon as you polish it with a nice diamond polish, it looks really nice. On all of the walls, we've used a nice off-white color paint. This off-white color paint was a morning glory shade which we've used from Asian Paints. And for the furniture, we've used the tan leatherite. Now leatherite is a material which looks like leather but isn't leather. It's actually easier to maintain, half the cost, and you don't even harm any animals. So there's a win-win in all of these situations. Right near the balcony area towards the window, we've got a brick line going all across the wall. We've used a simple shade of grey with little tinges of white all across so that it looks really nice. The TV unit was a simple white color. We've used a nice laminate. When you're using a laminate, the edges of the laminate sometimes are black and that looks really cheap. So a good alternative to this is to use a core laminate. A core laminate is basically a simple laminate where the edge of the laminate is not black. It's the same color as the actual laminate. In this case, since we're using a white laminate, even the edge was white. So this looks really classy. Instead, you can also use a PU paint, but since that turned out to be a little expensive, this is a quick hack that you can definitely try. In this corner bar, we used a beautiful blue leatherite, and with the leatherite, we've actually used a gold beautiful laminate sheet which had a little bit of that little sheen on it, so it looked really rich. Behind the tan sofa, we've given you a nice wallpaper. This was also like a beigeish color. Bar had a really cool thing, like if it was a flap. So what you could do is you could actually open the top on the side and actually have the door opening too. And when you wanted to go inside the bar, it'd be a simple entry to just walk in and walk out. And when you didn't want to go inside, you could shut it and it looked like a complete bar. Even for the TV unit, if you see, we've given a bit of storage. We've given this through glass shutters. Now this glass is a back painted glass. Now the beauty about back painted glass is that you can literally choose any paint color and give it, and they dye that glass into that same color. 3. False ceiling and lighting. The false ceiling is really simple. There were a lot of beams and a lot of columns. In case you don't know what a beam or a column is, it is an RCC concrete structure which you cannot break. If you break or damage this, the whole building might actually collapse. Keeping that in mind, we've only partially covered the beam to give beautiful false ceiling throughout the living room. We created the false ceiling by coming about 4 inches below the beams and heights, but we've curved the edges so that it didn't look like a fixed box or it didn't look very bulky for the entire space. for the lighting, on edge of the false ceiling where we had that small curve, we've given you nice LED strip lights. So this LED strip light really helped to make that floating ceiling kind of effect in the entire space. Coming to the task lights, you need task lights to basically make the space look nice, big and illuminated. The best way to do this is to use concealed panel light. Within the false ceiling, within the thickness of the 4 inches, we've put this panel lights going inside it. It really helps to make that whole space look nice, bright and lit. In the foyer passage area, we've really played a lot with the lights. Right in the center of the false ceiling, we've given you smaller lights, but these really help to light up the space in white 6K color. Near the columns, we've given you a beautiful nice mirror and wallpaper which we've highlighted with Cove LED 3K color lights. It really helps to make the space look ambient, cozy and beautiful. So having a mix of ambient light and task light is perfect to set the mood. And 4. Styling. This is the last part of the video, but probably one of the most important parts. It looks really bare without cushions. So it needed a bit of those cushion color pops. We've added a bit of yellow and grey just to highlight it against the beautiful tan leatherite. And of course the rug. The rug was a really almost 50-year-old rug. What we did is we got it entire thing shampoo, conditioned, washed really well, and then we use it as a brand new rug which we put under the center table. So you see, personalizing with all of the things that you actually have at home and making it look fresh, new, makes so much difference to your space. If you have some old pieces of furniture or old pieces of rugs or artifacts that you think are just lying around stored into your storeroom, well, it's time you remove it out and try to use that in your space. You're going to save a lot of money and at the same time help to beautify your existing space. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. I've been liking and sharing all my videos because I can't wait to share more. Thank you so much.